take that call. But like always, man, they got to give them something. Got to get it fed something, man. It's about consistency. It's about consistency. Let's go with y'all out there today, tonight, this morning. As you can see, we'll be in this motherfucker to damn near the summer. But it is what it is. If you just getting in here, hit the subscribe button, man, so you can be added to the drawing when we get to 500. But yeah, man, it seems like, man, it doesn't pay to be on this goddamn YouTube and catch no case, because I think these motherfuckers be investigating better than Perry Mason. God damn. They got everybody's paperwork on this shit. That's the first thing they do is try to run content on a nigga case. That shit is wild. But freedom guys, though, you know. I see they trying to tag Big U and the shit in Jersey and talking about he trying to make people sign papers in there, and that shit ain't gonna fucking work. It's not gonna work. Because the people who he think is telling on him, he gonna be surprised if he go to trial. And they said he going. So you damn sure gonna be surprised when it ain't the people he got signing them damn papers. I know he trying to get them to sign affidavits. But they can't sign them papers if they worked out a deal with the federal government. That shit out. What's gonna happen is they gonna move your ass from where you at right now to somewhere else, because they gonna tell them that you're pressuring them to have them sign papers. So what's gonna happen is the feds is gonna move your ass from where you at to somewhere else. And then your separations and all that shit gonna happen. And you're not gonna see none of your codependents till it's time to go to trial. But them dudes did a lot of talking on social media, man. A lot of talking. And all of their phones was tapped. All their phones was tapped. So, and that's basically how they built the case, off of social media and their phones being tapped. You know what I mean? And it's hard when you're on this damn camera to really argue or fight the case when you're on this camera saying what you're saying. It's like damning evidence. It's like you're incriminating yourself. It's gonna be hard as hell to find it. I mean, to find a way to beat the case. It's gonna be hard. So that's why I made this. That's why I put that as my thumbnail. It's damn near impossible when you're on camera talking about the shit you're doing. Then you're on wiretaps talking about the shit you're doing. And then they got you extorting all these motherfuckers coming in and out of town, making them pay, and all this shit, which is extortion, which is illegal. Um, that's where the racketeering come in. What is a racketeering charge? Extortion. That's what racketeering is. Extortion. Look at the definition of racketeering. It's extortion. So you can't get then you on camera talking about making dudes check in. That's extortion. It's gonna be hard as hell to beat that. But you go on the trial, that's cool. That's cool. So you get to see your accusers who's gonna get on trial. How we can get on stand and testify against your ass. But that don't mean your ass ain't going to jail. What the deal, Brandon Phillips, man. Hit the subscribe button, man, so you can be placed in the drawing for the raffle. You know, do that. So you be placed in that drawing for the raffle. But that don't mean your ass ain't gonna get hit with extortion. And that don't mean your ass ain't going to prison. I think they just, I don't know, man. I don't think it just was smart. My aspect of it all was I think they should have just stayed off the goddamn internet talking about crimes, especially shit that they're actively committing. You know what I mean? So then loose cannon and brick baby, they thought they was gonna get a bond. Yeah, right. That ain't happening. I don't know who told them that. They gassed them up. Oh yeah, they gonna give you a bond. Yeah, okay. Bond your ass right back to this cell. It's over. You ain't getting out, buddy. Keep telling you, man. The only time the federal government help you is when you help them. You don't help them, they ain't helping you. And then y'all on there talking about they they brick on that motherfucker. He on Adam 22. He got a pistol on him. Come on, bro. You got a pistol on you? Oh, the raffle for a gift card. Every 100 subscribers, we do a raffle over here. So the raffle for a gift card. We gave a raffle. We auctioned off some glasses last time. For this raffle, we're gonna offer up a gift card with some cash on it. You know, so that's what it's for. So if you come on here, hit the subscribe button, and then we pick from the subscribers. And then once we pick from the subscribers, we pick a winner that way. So yeah, get on there, hit the subscribe button, man. Get on the raffle. So the day once we hit it, we'll go on there that day. Go on live, like we're doing right now. Go through our subscribers on our channel and pick a winner. And then, they come on if they here around us in the area. If not, I'll go live with them, tell them, get their address and everything so we can send them out the gift card. But every 100 subscribers, we giving out a raffle. Some type of gift. Some of these other motherfuckers ain't doing on their channel. That's all. Giving them a reason to come watch our content. Giving them a reason to be a subscriber. You're a subscriber to these dudes for what? You're paying on their channels. You watching their content, but they can give you that for free. So you gotta look out for the subscribers too, man. You just can't take from them because with the subscribers is how they get their money. So you gotta give back some way, somehow. So we're definitely giving back. We're definitely giving back. Definitely. So, yeah, but I don't know, man. This YouTube thing is scary, man. I'm scared now. They done fucked this up. They still getting good money off of here, but it just ain't. It ain't. Get on here and talk about. So if you gonna talk about certain things, analyze what people doing. Talk about that. Don't try to incriminate yourself. Don't get on here and try to be Mr. Tough Guy. And you actually committing crimes or something. And you're on here and then you got a nice little follower and a couple 100,000, 200,000. That's 200,000 people you can sway. And that's how they look at it. That's another thing people gotta understand. That's why they so big on followers because them is minds that you can sway. So if you got 1 million subscribers, right? Let's say you got 1 million subscribers. Okay. You got 1 million people actively watching your channel every day. So whatever content you're feeding them, they're ingesting it. Now, granted, they don't gotta go out and actively do what you're saying. But you got the minds of the viewers. It's just like a television. So, with that being said, they're going to target you, especially if you own there talking this, that, and the third, this, that. Yeah, they're going to target you. Yeah, they're going to target you, for sure. That's why 4Xers keep getting locked up. He keep wondering, how the hell I keep getting locked up? Bro, you're going on those jumper. They know you're a gang member. You talking about you going to a spot where active gang members are going to be. They're actively watching this shit. They're watching you every time you get on. And then you happen to pop up at the spot that you know you're not supposed to be. They're going to come and arrest you. Which is how it works. So You got to be mindful of what you're doing here, man. It's a good tool to make good money, but you just got to use it the right way, you know. And now, no jumpers, all in federal paperwork. That fucked his brand up. So now motherfuckers scared to go on there. Unless he changed up his content. If I was him, I would. I would just start interviewing adult stars, the type of shit he doing. I would get away from that. I would get away from the gang shit and all that, and I would just interview adult stars because that's what he's into. I would just do that. It's the best way to do it, you know. How they call it, rebranded. I just do that, you know. That's what I would do. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You know what I mean? To keep going down the same road thinking you're gonna get a different result. You know what I'm saying? You keep driving down the same road, it's still gonna have potholes in it until what? They buff it. Until what? They pass the potholes. And if it's a back road, who knows when they're gonna come back there and pass the potholes? So while you come over here to this network, we ain't doing that. I interview somebody, we're not asking nothing criminal. You ain't gotta tell me, bro. I'm not even asking you. I'm gonna ask you about what you're doing, how you got to where you got, what roads you took, what's the business model, something like that. You know, all the crime and all that. Leave that where it's at in the underworld. Leave it where it's at. Now, if you want to go in and talk about something you've been convicted of and did time of and all that, that's different. But if you're actively doing that shit and you're actively involved, don't come on my channel, bro, and try to talk and hope that I'm going to ask you about that because I'm not. Because if you get caught up, it's going to be, my channel is going to be in there. I don't want that. Uh, I think after this draft, I'm going to say this draft right here, we're going to start a sports segment probably in about, I'm going to do that one probably every Saturday. I mean, we're just going to talk about straight sports. It's gonna be a sports segment, NBR Sports. I think I'm gonna wait for this draft to come up, and then we're gonna talk about actively sports. You know, from all sports: NASCAR, hockey, baseball, tennis, soccer. You know, straight collegiate, professional sports. That's it. So I think I'm gonna wait till after this draft to do it. After this season, let this season pass. Go into the next off season and kick it off. And we're gonna cover everything. Build the network up, you know? Then I think on Sundays we're gonna talk about politics. Republicans, Democrats, uh, independents, country politics, world politics, city politics, state politics, you know. And then the weekday, that's the hip hop time. When you talk about hip hop and stuff we talking about now, entertainment. So we gonna break it up that way. You know, you might subscribe for the hip hop stuff and then don't subscribe for the sports. You might watch us for the sports and the politics and don't watch us for that. That way you got a different aspect and a different genre of subscribers. Something like my man Ticket TV doing. He used to didn't do nothing but sports. Now he do politics with stuff going on in the news and all that, and then he does sports too. So some of that. But I seen a lot of these dudes getting themselves jammed up in that, man. And then they online talking about who they beefing with and all that. So then they wonder why every time they go somewhere, the police is pulling up on them. They know what you're saying. There's no hiding it. You know what I mean? The street aspect used to be hidden, man. You had to go find it to find out what's going on. They bringing it to you on mainstream, which is the biggest red flag. That's the biggest red flag. That's the biggest no-no. It's supposed to be left where it's at. That was never supposed to be on the internet. Never. And that's the reason why people's getting caught up. And they've been using stuff, dudes, with raps and lyrics and all that to convict people. It's just nobody had real cell phones to really know what was going on in courts, cases, and all that. But they've been using that shit in cases. They've been doing it. Been doing it. Mm-hmm. Man, it's been going on, man. Been going on. So, it's a lesson for them dudes, man. But, you know, if they got some merch, go buy it, man. Support their families because they going to need the money. They're going to be gone a long time. Sad situation. And now you got all the podcasters on there talking about they going broke. Ain't nobody tuning in. Because don't nobody want to keep hearing that same bullshit all day, man. You know, you got to give them something different, bro. Don't nobody want to keep hearing. Everybody's not involved in the streets, and that shit don't agglomerize to everybody. So, you know, it's good entertainment, but everybody don't know watch that. Everybody don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? And everybody don't care about your little sob stories or your sad stories or, you know, your bad stories. So, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But he's most definitely, they most definitely got a lot of dirt on them cell phones for them talking. A lot of dirt. A lot of dirt on their cell phones. Talking. You know. And then a lot of dirt, a lot of dirt, a lot of dirt, a lot of dirt. Mm-hmm. 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 But we're not gonna keep y'all too much longer. I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all, man, it's looking bad for him, bro. It's looking bad. It's looking bad. But well, there's a will, there's a way. So like, follow, subscribe, and we out.